The Zodiac Killer, or Zodiac, was a killer who operated in Northern California from at least the late 1960s to the early 1970s. The killer's identity remains unknown, and his victims were murdered between December of 1968 and October of 1969. The Zodiac's killings weren't exactly original. Based on the findings of many experts, it's been found that the Zodiac's methods mimicked actions of comic books or superhero movies. Gian Cassar had said he killed for a thrill and turned it into a game. When the game lost its thrill, he apparently quit and used his meager cachet of drive-by killings. He played mind games by giving clues for future murders using zodiac symbols, as you can see on the screen now. But when they were solved with hours of restless work, it was a mockery of their labor. I like killing people because it's fun. This monster was directly linked to multiple murders. He would taunt the police for their tireless efforts. About a week after the cipher revealing his name was released, a couple of high school teachers decoded it. And the sickening message was, "I like killing people because it's fun." Information found on biography.com. His alphabet. He had a semi-elaborate pattern of symbols. It involves basic math skills, often known by modern middle school children. The bottom three names were found in cracked codes and were sent out after their gruesome murders. Based on the drawings of his twisted face, it leads me to believe that he was mentally handicapped, and his thinking obviously leads me to believe he's insane. His basic thinking was highly overestimated by the FBI, even though his grammar, spelling, and mathematical skills are equivalent to an average 8th grader's academic abilities. What kind of mind did this sick man have? Why did he hurt so many people? After thorough research from a man named William F. Baker, he's shown that his writing in the codes had a strong slant to the left of the lower letters, which denotes a mother hostility and an unhappy childhood. Carry that trait further, and you find a man who's afraid of women and hates them. Carry that to a further extreme, and you have a man who's capable of killing women to get even with his mother. If you pay close attention to his murders, he targets women in general. If he ever tries to kill a man, he either kills the man first and likely would make the woman watch, or he leaves him alive. All of the men that he has killed have been with their girlfriends, further supporting the claim that he has hatred towards women by showing how cruel he was through the descriptions of his survivors, who were, of course, all men. Is the Zodiac Killer still active? Based on the findings of CNN, no, he's not. A man by the name of Gary L. Stewart, the author of The Most Dangerous Animal of All, was abandoned as an infant. Later in his life, as a middle-aged man, he was watching TV and a 1969 mugshot popped on the screen. Then he realized that the DMV photo of his father, which was all he had of him, was in actuality a mugshot for the sexual assault of his mother. He then conducted some further research on his father and wrote his book. That was basically a diary to describe his emotions towards the serial killer of a father. It's highly likely that this was the Zodiac Killer among many, and I also wonder if he could be the culprit. Who do I think the Zodiac Killer was? Earl Van Best Jr., a sick man who assaulted countless women. The picture on the right is a mugshot of this cruel man, and to the left is a sketch described by and approved by 2 survivors. The man I mentioned earlier, his claimed son, claims that his mother abandoned him because he was the product of unwanted advances. As you can see, the similarities of the pictures are frightening. When we're overlapping them together, the facial characteristics are apparent. The left eye and ear droop slightly, and the glasses are cracked. The hairline is raised on the sides, near his temples, showing balding in the future. His acquaintances say that he was insane, and he was always a loner. In a code letter to the police, his name came up, but it was ignored. More evidence that proves Earl Van Vest Jr. was the Zodiac. His father taught him how to make difficult ciphers. He was cruel to women. His handwriting was identical to the Zodiac's. The name Earl Van Vest Jr. can be found in multiple ciphers, and the time of him in and out of jail matched when people were murdered. His resemblance to the sketch, there was a scar on the Zodiac's finger, and there was an identical scar on Best's finger. How they haven't solved this is beyond me, because I don't see how it could be anyone else. And this is my Works Cited page. All of the information that I got came from the following websites, and you can click on any of them at any time to check them. This is how I would like your reports to be done, except it will not be a listening piece. It will be a visual. You'll have this up on the screen, and you'll be standing talking as you heard my voice. Notice I did not put all of my information on the screen to read. I simply talked through each slide because I know what I researched. That's what you're going to be doing. You're going to research it. You're going to know it so well that you're just going to have a picture up there and you're going to be able to tell us about it. This is your project, a final project of what it would look like. And I wish you the best of luck. I hope you have a lot of fun in this project.